In this unit circle survival guide, we will look at how you can sketch an angle in radians. So let's say we wanted to sketch 7 pi over 6. We start by putting its initial side in standard position, so its point on the origin, and it will run along the positive part of the x-axis. So before sketching in the terminal side, I like to put in some guide points, and those will be on the axes, so the angles that would fall along each axis. So of course we know we start at 0 or 2 pi would be a full rotation. And so a half rotation must be pi. Then half of that, so between 0 to pi, must be 1/2 pi, or pi over 2. So we have 0, 1/2 pi, full pi. So then we must have 3/2 pi, or 3 pi over 2. And this just helps us make sure that we get our angle into the proper place. Okay, so we know our angle is 7 pi over 6. Another helpful thing I like to do is rewrite, usually it's pi, but rewrite that in terms of the denominator for your given angle. So 6 pi over 6 is equivalent to pi. And that just helps you easily see that 7 pi over 6 should be a little bit more rotation than pi. Okay, so we should feel confident that this angle's terminal side falls then in the third quadrant. And we can sketch it. We know if we divided between pi and 2 pi into 6th, that's like a third of the space between pi and 3 pi over 2. So about like this. And so we can sketch in our terminal side here. We know we have a positive angle, 7 pi over 6, so we rotate in the counterclockwise direction. So we have 6 pi over 6 and then another pi over 6 to get us to 7 pi over 6. So having that reference point of 6 pi over 6 can be very, very helpful. Do notice that we could name this angle differently. So we could have rotated in a clockwise direction, which would of course be a negative angle. And so if we know we went from 0 just before 6 pi over 6, that'd be 5 pi over 6. And so we could name the green angle as negative 5 pi over 6. That would make 7 pi over 6 and negative 5 pi over 6 coterminal angles. They share that same terminal side. We just rotated differently to get to them, and thus we name them differently. And remember, you can find coterminal angles from any angle simply by adding 2 pi, which is a counterclockwise rotation, or subtracting 2 pi, which is a clockwise rotation. Hopefully this tip will help you easily sketch angles in radians now. Check out the links in the video description for more on the Unit Circle Survival Guide.